Hi, I'm Doug Howlett with Southern Sporting Journal. I'm here with Jim Crumley of Tree Bark fame and currently Outfitter Tough. We've been hunting at his place the last couple days, going after some mountain birds out here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia in Botetourt County. And I'm not going to lie, it has been tough. We have yet to see a bird flop. We've been in birds the whole time. Jim, what is the trick of these birds up in the mountains?
It is different, and of course you're not a flatlander like when we do have flatlander guests come in.
I'm sort of a flatlander.
It's totally different for the true flatlanders, because usually a lot of times when you're on these birds, they're down in a hollow and you're up on a finger ridge, and getting them to you a lot of times is just daggone tough to do. And a lot of times when you sit there and you think they're just right there and they're getting ready to come up, all they've done is just stick just enough of their eye over the lip of a hill to see, and meanwhile you've done like this to see if they're over here, over that, and then you never
sort of like that bird that whipped us this morning.
Could have been. And actually we're beginning to think that on our property we may have too many birds.
Really?
We don't do a lot of fall turkey hunting at all because we're always bow hunting in the fall. So we've got, especially the first couple weeks of the season, the old saying, the birds are henned up, but they truly are. We haven't so far of this season, I have not encountered a gobbler that's been by himself.
Right.
And theoretically that gets better,
sure,
as the year comes along, but right now it's daggone tough. If we found a 2-year-old bird that is roosted by himself, it'd be all over with, but we really hadn't found that yet.
Well, I know getting out in the morning and we hear birds roosted, here's the $1,000 question. Better to get above the bird, call them up, better to be below them and call them down?
If they're by themselves, I really don't think it matters.
Really?
I used to think that, and I guess it's probably neater to be above them, but if it's the right bird and he's right, I don't think it makes a bit of difference in the world. I will say this, I think it's easier in our situation and with our mountains if the bird's above you and the leaves hadn't come out a lot and the bottom of the woods are still pretty open. I think it's easier for the bird to pick something out and maybe nail you if he's above you, right, than he is when he's coming up.
Gain a little bit of an advantage by the higher ground. What about calling a bird across the hollow? I know a lot of the birds, it never fails when we hear one gobbling. He's on the other mountain, and can you call that bird across to you, or do you need to get over on that mountain with him?
I used to try to call him across, but and there's been times when, I mean, mid-morning, I've had a bird fly across, believe it or not, but that's a 1 in a million.
Yeah. And
it was just, again, the right bird, right time, by himself. Okay, I'm going to get over there. Actually, he wasn't by himself. He was with a jake. The jake came first, and the longbeard came right after him.
Right.
And they sailed across mid-morning, sailed across a hollow. But, no, if the rule of thumb for me is, and I don't know why it always seems they're on the next ridge from you, but I'm going to try to get on the ridge with them.
Okay.
And I think that gives you somewhat of an advantage.
Well, we got one more day to go after, and we're going to try it tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have something to show everybody here on SouthernSportingJournal.com. A bird, what they look like. I'm starting to forget. But, that's part of the game.
That's
and
right.
We'll go give it a shot. Either way, we've had a great time here, and look forward to coming back to this part of the country again.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Take care.